Hello. We're back.
Every time we start this, it's always some bullshit.
All three of us together. This is gonna be chaos.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. We're Loud, Live, and in Color. Where last week we didn't do an episode because I didn't feel like it. I was tired. I wasn't feeling it. I was in the mood. Somebody pissed me off. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh damn. There's a
Uh,
lot going on.
and Yvonne knows who pissed me off, so I told her.
Oh. Oh, see, I was playing along. I was like, "Oh, damn! There's a lot going on there."
See,
I
you
hate
know
that
who.
I'm just not. Why don't I get tea? What the fuck?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you afterwards.
Shut
Okay.
up and just enjoy the sun in your fucking. See, there we go. Well, lost that monetization. Go ahead and do the introduction.
So we're here once again, all three of us, once again for another episode of Chat Session. I'm not using my microphone because I don't know what's wrong with it, but it picks up everything that comes out of my throat and not in a good way.
Yes. I had to call you once because I was
Like,
like, "Are you possessed?"
I
and,
don't know what
and
these headphones are gonna do. They're kind of new-ish because my sister had them, but she didn't use them. So like,
they're cute though. I like them.
I like them too.
I like the whole little look. I like the whole little thing. I meant to tell you that
There's
before
a
we
Did, y'all
reason
do a
started.
behind.
did you do a video on Instagram for that one?
No, I did not. This is actually a look I was planning on wearing for Frolic Weekend because I have a
Oh,
laced
jacket.
this, not the jacket is too hot for that, but I have a.
Uh,
Oh yeah, you haven't seen my lace jacket, but I have a lace this like hoodie basically. It's like a sweat. It's like a hoodie. It has a hood on it and everything, but it's a lace shirt, and I'm planning on wearing that for like the Met Gala / summer camp theme, which I don't understand how those two go together, but whatever. I'm wearing it for some type of night, and I'm doing this type of face for it.
Do you not remember when they had the theme of camp?
I mean, camp,
Anything
but
can be
Met
a.
Gala and camp. How does that? I mean,
Okay,
okay.
this is like y'all really are.
Save the pictures. I want to see.
This is
I'd
really
like to see
gay.
what's going
This
on.
is really gay.
But I think it's also kind of fun to have themes too.
Like
You know,
I love the idea of the themes. Yeah, I think the last one they did was like a Greek theme or something like that. I mean, it's just like
oh,
obvious,
that
but
should be pretty. Was it just people in sheets? That's all I see is people in sheets.
that's
Mm-hmm.
it. This togas or a piece of
Togas.
mesh.
I mean,
The
I'm
That's
still
Greeks
just trying to figure
more
out
than
when what I'm gonna
togas.
do.
People, be historically accurate.
just like a handkerchief.
Wait, what? What I really
They wore
want
a
is for people to
handkerchief.
wear historically accurate kilts and have a good breeze happen.
Yeah, because there's, you know,
It's the good
so
breeze part for me.
uh, that was like the most erotic thing I've ever had happen before meeting a man in a kilt. I forget where we were traveling, and Scottish men, I'll give it to them. They're big, tall, and sexy, and when they call you ma'am, you just melt. Like the way they, mom or however they say it, you just melt with them
it's kind
kilts
of
and them knees.
it's kind of how I feel
Maybe
about
that's why the
Samoan
Jamaicans
men.
are so sexual. Me and my friend were talking about it's just like there's island music and then there's Jamaican music and they don't talk the
Mm-mm,
same. They do not talk the same.
mm-mm.
They'd be a little too aggressive for me. I'm not saying anything wrong with
Really?
that, but it's a little too much aggressive. You know how I am. You know what I want.
Right, you're demure. Yeah. No, I've
Yes, very demure.
I've never really met an aggressive Jamaican, but that could be because I'm an aggressive, New Orleanian
I had one
that
in
you
my
just don't.
DMs a long time ago, and he was doing way too much
Oh.
for me, and I was like, okay, that's time for you to stop talking to you.
I know better than to let a
Mm.
Jamaican man into my bed. It will lead to nothing but me having my splits in an uncomfortable way that I didn't have before. And basically just like, he got what he wanted. I'm still there just like, well, I'm more
And
flexible than
let
when
me
I
clarify
started.
something. I'm not saying all Jamaican men are aggressive. There's some that are very gentle and very nice, but the one I've had interaction with, he was a little too aggressive for my blood. Now, if I meet another
Really?
one and he happens to not be like that, hey,
Yeah.
all
And let
bets
me
are
tell
off.
Ah,
you, don't sleep on Bohemian men, or are they Bohemian? The Bahamas.
No,
ah.
About
yeah,
once a year, I go to the Bahamas just to look at men, and they gorgeous and just
You should
my
invite me on
fa-
that trip.
sexy.
my
You should
family
Huh?
invite me
has
on that trip. I'll be your DD.
Come come with me. Come with me.
I would love to.
All it is a Royal Caribbean cruise to the
that's what my
Bahamas.
family has been trying to convince me to go
Come
to, and I'm
on,
like, I'm not
come.
going to a
I ain't
country
doing no
where
carnival because I ain't that much of a nigga. But we could do Royal Caribbean. I'm just that much of a nigga.
God bless America. I'll just say for
Yeah.
me, in terms of my life path, um, not all men are the same, but the men who come to me usually end up all around. The men who are attracted to me kind of act the same. And when it comes to any man who is African or Jamaican, the sex is always just it's always the same energy, and it's just like, where the fuck is this coming from? What did I do to you?
Is
Why are you
it
beating me
good?
up?
It's
I
in
was
the
Is
minding
it
my
blood.
business.
good
It's in the blood.
energy or is it
It's really
like
aggressive, and it's
uh-huh.
just like, I don't even think I like you that way to let you do this to me,
See the
but
point
I'm
that I'm
kind of
To let
making?
you
here.
It's like I don't want
assault me in
aggressiveness.
this
That's what
way,
I don't
sir.
want.
I
Like
think
outside of the bedroom, they're usually perfect gentlemen, but then we get into the bedroom, and it's just like, see, if you
It's
had this energy outside, I might be able to do better with it inside, but it's not the same. And then on top of that, they usually can't come from head, and that pisses me off too.
hmm, really. I think
That's
that's
a
the
deal breaker for me.
benefit
That's an
of being fat that there's very few men I can think
this
that were
conversation
aggressive
is taking a
enough.
very hard. Like this is so much.
And
Oh my
this is just the before the welcome. This is the prologue, as
we
they
haven't
say.
even gotten to who we are yet.
Go
girl.
ahead. Let's go ahead and start this the right way. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
we can keep talking shit. I ain't doing nothing after
Oh,
this. I ain't going nowhere.
oh. So being a fat girl, I have met very few men who have been that aggressive. I have met more men who thought they were being aggressive, and you're like, no, than actually aggressive. You know?
Can I
I
just say
think
this? I don't want like how can I explain this? I don't want a soft man. I just don't want like a soft man to me is different than a weak man. I know that sounds weird, but
no, it
like
doesn't.
soft is like I don't. It's like everything is like a fucking moan and a whine or some shit like that, or like.
You don't want him to moan or whine.
No, I'm okay with that. But I'm talking about just like as a personality, as a general relationship. You know what I mean? My domineeringness needs someone who's a slightly more submissive.
Mm-hmm.
We know.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down.
There's nothing wrong with submissive men. They can be wonderful. That's why I said you don't
I've
like men who whine and moan and plead and beg. Ugh.
Only when
I
they do it
mean
out of humor, not when it's like
I
dead
mean,
serious.
there's a few men where I've been at work and I've looked at them and I've looked at their face and my brain does, the fantasy thing. And
Hmm
there's one dude, he got a nice face and a good nose, like one of them good credit card swiping noses.
That's
Um,
not something you hear in a sexual manner too often. He had a good nose. It was so
hey,
hot.
no, no, no. The nose doesn't make him hot. The face is already good. The nose is just like, oh yeah, no, he can eat good coochie.
It's just an added.
Um,
What?
What? Wait, I'm sorry. How does
How does
nose?
that equate?
Right, right, we both. You're not the only one because
What?
I'm like, wait, what?
What does he? What does he inhale the line or some shit? Like what?
Right. Wait. Break that down because
when
I
he's
don't
moving his
understand
whole face
either.
up and down, trying to get inside my coochie and eating me out. Apparently, the nose be real important. That
That must
nose
be
be adding
one
a
hell
little
of
bit
a
extra
big ass
sensation.
nose for all that ass you got.
I mean,
Hey, a big
was
nose
it a
also leads
big
to another big
nose?
package. But anyways,
So
That's not
you
always
wanted a
indicative.
big nose for that? I
I don't
would think you'd
necessarily
want a
want a
smaller
big nose.
nose.
I have just noticed,
Hmm.
particularly, that some men have faces with noses that look like, oh, if I sat on that, I feel like I'd be really satisfied. It's not
Speaking of,
supposed to go inside of me, but it is. But before we move on, what I meant to say, anyways, all that to
I'm still
say,
trying to visualize some noses that I'd like to sit on, but go ahead.
what was it? Oh yeah, I just look at him and I think to myself like, man, you would look so good with a collar and some chains, looking up to me, begging
Mhm.
me for what's next.
See? Do you see the appeal of the good boy? Oh my god. I missed my calling. I should have been born in Rome. I should have had concubines
yeah, because
just
that empire lasted very long.
that I should have male concubines all over. Oh, what's wrong?
My
What's
sister
wrong?
Was
just scared the shit out of me.
I was supposed to say, what happened? You had a flashback or
What
something? What
happened?
happened?
I thought it was a
When?
fly.
I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was.
All right. My sister just scared the shit out of me.
See how engrossed you were in our foolishness that you don't know there's a whole human being walking into the room.
She's trying to get
That
my attention to order Chinese food.
ooh, that sounds good, Chinese food.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how good we are. We get so
Um.
engrossed in our own foolishness, whole ass people can walk into the room,
What do
scare the
I
Oh
shit
yeah,
out
I
of
was
us.
at the club last night, and a
Mhm.
boy put
You in the
his.
club? Oh shit.
Well, I was at a club.
I'm
I was at a bar, at a
I'm
karaoke bar, and a boy, um, grabbed my hand and forced me to touch his dick twice. I'm still just trying to figure out how I feel about that. I made sure to tell him.
Was it
Um,
on? Was it
he did it on
like?
purpose. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was definitely making faces, and then he
Hmm,
was when he was accidentally starting to slur, and I told him like, "Hey, you're spitting on me." He was like, "Take it on, little baby," and I
oh,
was just like,
Oh
"Sir,
no.
sir, was
I will
He
take you
was
to this
drunk.
bathroom right now and destroy your whole life."
He was drunk.
mm,
Hey, he was cute.
spitting on you?
So
I don't care
I
for drunk people.
so
That
speaking
booze hound.
of drunk people and big features,
Big feet. Boy, you're really trying to work that all together. But go ahead.
you'll see why in a second because I'm about to
Okay.
mention somebody's name and it'll tie right into it. So listen to what I just said. Speaking to drunk people and big features, Trey, on the other hand, in our Zoom call, he told us a story about how when he gets drunk he gets
Trey,
aggressive.
if
Shout out
you
to
watch
Mm.
Trey.
this, I have your back on this, you contrary nigga.
But
I
not,
am not gonna let them just talk
but
talk
no,
shit
I'm
about
not gonna
you.
dog him out. But like Trey was like, I was talking about how large I am, and Trey couldn't believe how big I was because he's only seen me from like here up, like here from here up. So he doesn't believe that I'm larger than what I am. So he said, "Oh, Ken, you can't wear no more than like a 2X shirt." I'm like, "That's sweet, but no, that's not true."
Right. I wear more than a 2X shirt, sir. Come on. You're how do you go to the grocery store and weigh produce if you can't even tell that we big bitches?
I'm
I mean, come
like,
on.
Trey, because he's coming here in March. So I'm like, when you see me in person, then you'll realize, oh no, I was very wrong.
So, will there be some stories about you and Trey? Are you thinking about,
Not one fucking bit.
seeing? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I'll,
I
I'll
think
stop that line of
that'd be a
talk.
very small. That'd be a very small book. It wouldn't be bad. It just wouldn't be a very long book.
I think you
That
would
would.
enjoy Trey.
Trey, I
I think
I
you
would,
think they
would.
but
would enjoy each other. I just don't think they would last very long. It'd be a
I don't
very
think
kind of
it
no.
like.
lasts very long either because y'all
I
have some.
think
You two have some definite personality traits.
we yes, exactly. We'll clash right quick with each other because I'm gonna be like, who you talking to? I don't give a fuck if you from.
And
I
then
don't
he
give a
gonna
fuck.
be tired because he's from Chicago or Detroit, whichever the one.
I thought he was from
Gary, he from
Indiana.
Indiana.
Indiana, yeah. Ain't that
Like,
close enough?
it's close enough, yeah.
I mean, it's close, but it's in a whole nother state.
I don't feel like he act like he. Never mind. Never mind.
You
But
know who I wanted to set you up with. I won't say the name, but I thought
Yeah,
they were
I
a
know.
much better. I still think they are a much better um match for your personality.
I'm glad
And
you
Star
think
Mother,
so.
I'm still holding out for you and Ian making that merger one.
That lovely
All right, I feel you need a housewife, Star Mother,
that the
to
that
to
not lavender, that lovely paisley relationship.
don't even know what that would be. That would be
A paisley
but
relationship.
Ian
No
Ian's what's
pastel
what's
relationship.
that song? What's that song that white people be singing or white girls be singing? I want a man 6'4" in finance or something like that.
oh yeah.
Apparently Ian is like 6'5", gargantuan,
Ooh,
correct?
let me not say something. Let me not say something. But he is tall. He is tall. He's over 6 feet. I did
Yeah.
have to look up at him, but
Well,
Mm.
you have to look up at everybody, sweetie.
So how
I
tall are you,
will.
boo?
I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good
You
I
have to
did
look up at
not
me.
person.
know you were that height. Not
You
that
know the
5'6"
funny
is not
thing
a height to
is,
be.
the funniest thing though is people in my real life who see me from day to day think that I'm 5'8", and I'm like,
Mhm.
no, not at all. Never have I ever been. And you know why that matters to me so much?
Mm.
Because of DoD weight standards, my
Mhm.
height tells me how much the maximum amount I can weigh.
Way, yeah, yeah.
So me
Hmm.
measuring in at 5'8" would be like an extra 10 pounds that I could have of
Mhm.
muscle that I wouldn't
Mhm.
have to deal with because I'm a dense ass bitch.
Ah,
106.
you a little
I'm
tank. You a
That's
little tank.
yes.
listen.
I
When I first met him, he was driving like this close to the steering wheel. He was like this close.
Okay,
Hey,
that's not
some
because,
of us
but
have
that's just because
vision issues.
He was
I
like
drive that
this.
close to the steering wheel. Like
yes.
my friend is always afraid that she's like, if you get an accident, the airbags will go off and they won't have any
And
place to go.
I think I was wearing like platform Converse at the time too, so I was even like a stacked like an extra inch or some shit.
This whole conversation, he's driving like Mr. Magoo, and you in platform Converse.
But then he's also driving a fucking minivan as well. So it's like this little person is
Why
driving a
were you
massive
driving
ass
a
car.
minivan? You got
Because
kids?
well, Marines are like cats, and if you can get them all in one vehicle, life makes it a lot easier
Oh
to get
my
them back home.
god. Oh my god. A minivan. You're too young for that.
Girl.
Oh my god.
Hey, I miss my
But
minivan
so
every day.
I So you saw Ian in person then. So yeah, okay. So that's half the thing there. So you've gotten the physical. You know he's tall.
Oh, I
That
know
pay
he's tall,
that
and he
pays
ain't
a
ugly either.
relationship. I hope it works.
He's not what?
And he ain't ugly either.
No, he's a cute little thing. There you go. And he's already domesticated. You don't have to put in much work. You know, he looked like he know how a vacuum cleaner work. Maybe his way around the kitchen.
He's this
I'm
close to
telling you,
saying the
Star
N
Mother.
word.
Now I don't know what you into in bed, but I guess
No,
maybe I don't
no,
know.
no, no, no. Race is the one thing that stays out of my bed.
I
The
don't
last
I
time a
don't.
man said anything about me and my big chocolate booty, I said I will leave right now. Don't ever say that shit
Me
to me again.
and my big chocolate booty will leave. You this
I,
close to me and my chocolate
What if
booty
he called
leaving.
you his African princess?
hell
Ah!
nah, hell nah. Princess, sure. When you put my race into it, I'm immediately turned off because now I'm back to being socially aware of what is happening. I
What is
don't like that for
happening?
me.
Yeah. But let me
What?
so wait, let me ask y'all a realistic question though. Would you settle down with someone who is because I know the focus a lot of times in the gay community is on positions, top, bottom, all this foolishness. Would you settle down with someone who is not a top or who is, who I guess in your what you're saying, Ken, is more soft, you know what I mean? Who might mirror more of your energy? Do you understand what I'm
Oh
saying?
no.
No? I mean,
So
I think it could be a
I, I
if oh, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
always say like I could be with somebody who's funny, but I can't be with somebody who's sarcastic as me. That would not be that would be a bad relationship. We'd be very toxic with
Well,
each other.
okay,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
not as sarcastic as you, but let's say someone who is into makeup. Let's say someone who
Oh,
is
that's
into
fine.
heels.
As long as they don't support any brands that I don't support.
Oh, you are a tough bitch. God.
But that's a principle thing. Like that like
Okay.
you got if
That's
like I'm not saying like you can't have it, but I'm like why are you still buying from them? You know what happened.
yeah.
You know what's going on with this brand. Like
I
what are we
got you.
doing?
I got
That's
you.
what I'm talking
Like
about.
I
that
could
would be like, why are you buying from Target? We cannot be together. I cannot support Target. I got you. I got you. Okay.
for me, I'm pansexual and my attraction is more so to masculinity, so I fall for butch lesbians and men a lot. I could be with a drag queen. I could definitely be with a drag
Is
queen because like out of
is that your
drag.
proposal to me as a quasi butch lesbian? I don't think I'm butch, but go ahead.
I was like, you definitely give dominant energy where I probably feel safe in your arms, so
The
anything could
amount of
happen.
stories we've
Oh,
heard from her about how she be taking over men, like, are you shitting me?
but I don't think that's butch. I think that's like shooting fish in a barrel. Men are surprisingly easy. That's a whole nother discussion another day.
All right,
No,
well,
really, honestly, and what men want. The world likes to present men as these complicated creatures that this is what they, all of the men are not really a big mystery. Like you just hit it right on the head. Especially a lot of younger men, they want to feel safe. They want to feel comfort. They want to feel the same thing that women and girls feel: safety and comfort and acceptance. And so when you have that type of personality with people, you'd be surprised how many people you just attract to you. And I've always, had that kind of personality with people, so I've always attracted people. That and a lot of ex-priests. We'll have to unpack that. I have dated like I don't even go into how many ex-priests I've dated, but go ahead.
well, speaking of the church,
Oh yeah, good, good,
We
good
can finally get
segue.
great,
on to the topic.
great,
There we go, good
great,
segue.
great segue, Yvonne. Thank you for that.
All right.
This episode, we're going to be talking about black folks versus the church. Not necessarily like there's some turf war out here, but we don't know who would
That's
win.
the way I read it.
I was going to call it something else, but I said I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube.
Well, wow, we're already demonetized. We were demonetized like
Oh,
2 seconds
okay.
ago.
So
Go ahead, say
we're going to
it.
be talking about the silent sissies of the pew.
Oh, the silent sissies of the pew.
I don't think
That
sissies is
sounds
is a demonetized word.
I hope it's not because I'll be saying it a lot in the future.
Oh my gosh. That sounds like such a fun group. Like the Silent Sissies.
Sissies of the pew.
Like they were dressed like nuns, you know?
No, there'd be like church lady in pantsuits, just be like, "Yes, Jesus."
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. The Silent Sissies. I love that.
The silent sissies loudest in the back with the biggest of hats.
The biggest of hats. Most beautiful hats. I love it. I love it.
So, there's a reason why I'm in makeup today as well because of that reason. Because uh, it was also a femme thing, and I felt pretty today. This is a cute look.
I like that look. I like the colors of the headphones and everything with it. I like your look. I love that glittery look. I love the sun on you. The sun blesses you, child. I love that. Me, on the other hand, I feel like I look like I need to get your
I
camera.
I will set I will send you a camera so that you can purchase it. It's
You
not
do
that expensive. My
not
like.
need to send me a camera.
Oh
I
wait,
have a better.
before we even
Mhm.
get to the topic, I have to mention something right real quick. I go outside. I leave my apartment this morning. Okay, and as I'm walking out, I get a mess notification, an email saying Yvonne has sent you $50. I'm like,
Girl,
what is she? So I instantly text Yvonne on Instagram. I'm like, what, Yvonne? Why did you just send me $50? She begins to proceed to explain to me why she needed to send me $50. All because she can't go to Cowboy Carter in Paris.
take the whole story. So I had this vision, right? I had this dream when I signed up for the pre-sale. I'm like, oh, she's doing Paris on Juneteenth. It's a
Oh.
sign. I know. I know.
Oh, I
So
couldn't
I'm
do that.
thinking to
I'll be out of.
myself, oh my God, if me and my bestie Blair, hey Blair, go to, Cowboy Carter in Paris on Juneteenth, we're gonna bump into Michelle Obama.
Oh, you can say
Kamala's
who
gonna be
you
there.
can say we's in Paris. They can't say who's in Paris, but we can say who's in Paris.
Wait, what? I don't get it. Who's in Paris? Wait, I don't get it.
Niggas in
What?
Paris.
Oh. Oh, you don't say it. Oh, I get you now.
They no, the white people
Niggas
can't
in
say it, but
They
we can
can't say.
say it.
I was
We
actually
We in
can
gonna text
Paris.
that
say
to you. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't be a nigga in Paris.
Uh,
and I would have immediately got it as soon as you said that. I was like, ah, yeah, but no, yeah, but 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 more so than a nigga in Paris, I wanted to be like that rich auntie that had like a good story. Like I would have the
On a
picture on my
budget.
phone, and like somebody would say, "Oh my God, is that Michelle Obama?" Yeah, that was when we went to the Beyonce Cowboy Carter concert in Paris. Did you not go? Oh my God, it was life changing. Life changing. Yes, that's Kamala in the background too. Yes, but
Oh.
we don't want to. She was kind
You,
of, you
you
know.
think the convergence of Juneteenth, Beyonce, and all these accolade women will come together in one place?
Yes, I do. And I saw me in a bedazzled cowboy hat. Like, I don't know, like gray is like not my color, like silver, something like that, like rose gold. I look stunning in rose gold. So I was going to do like this whole rose gold number with like a cowboy theme, and Blair would be there. I don't know what she's doing, but she's there. But, and then we would just, take our seats and then, enjoy the concert. But the big thing is like I don't know how it would happen. It would just be like walking past and somebody be like, oh, "There's Michelle Obama. Can I take a picture with you, Forever Floaters?"
I
And
wonder
that
if
would
the
be on my
Alien
phone.
Superstar is coming back out.
I don't think so.
Who's Alien Superstar?
Oh,
What?
the
There was
guy who was
somebody.
the okay, I know who he's talking about. He said he went to
There
every
was an
show, and I'm like,
alien. There
he
was a
went to
dude with
every
an
show.
alien, whatchamacallit, who went to almost every single one of Beyonce's show, like towards
He
the
must
front.
have money. Good
I'm like,
He
lord.
must have.
who did you suck off to get all these goddamn tickets?
I know that's exactly what happened in my head. Who
And he
dick you
was in
suck?
Club Renaissance too. So I'm like, bitch, you spent money on all of this. You out your damn mind.
But and he
How
committed to the bit. Like Beyonce even laughed at one of them because just like you stay out here. And then there's a
Oof.
picture of Blue looking at him like side eyeing bombastically. Like, are you
And
not
then and
embarrassed?
then he was at the premiere of
The
the
movie?
movie, one of them. Then he was at like
He's a plant. He's a paid
and then he
plant.
was like at the backstage or when she was coming out of something after that. I think she just won like the Brit Awards or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's
What
a
do you
plant.
do? Like,
He's a
what do you
plant.
do?
I
It'd
mean,
be
to
crazy
make
if it
that kind of
actually was a
money.
real alien underneath the hood.
Ah,
I think that would be such a hilarious bit.
But yeah,
that
that's
should
the
be a
story.
whole nother episode that we should talk about. Are there aliens? And
Oh
if there
Lord.
are, can we go home with you? Can we?
Do you like Beyonce? Because I love Beyonce. I think you would love Beyonce too.
When you abduct us, can we play Beyonce on the way home?
I'm okay with being probed. I've been probed before, multiple of times, really.
Ooh,
But
that's another one. Sex toys. I would love to talk about sex toys. Oh,
oh,
I used to
good
sell sex toys,
Lord,
but that's another life. Let's go ahead. The church. Yes.
good Lord.
I mean,
Okay.
sex toys in the church aren't actually all that far, all because of what was
Mm-mm.
that white woman name who was really good to the gays and they loved her, who
Tammy
died recently?
Tammy Faye.
Yeah,
Tammy Faye
Tammy Faye.
Baker. She sold sex toys.
No, but she did talk about it on their 300 show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
She was talking to an
Interesting.
AIDS patient as well. I watched that movie with Jessica Chastain. I'm like, she's winning this Oscar. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, she did
I
really
don't.
good.
I don't give a
I don't know
shit.
how she got that jawline, but she did a good job.
She's
Mm.
winning this Oscar no matter what anybody fucking says. I don't give a
Did
shit.
she did she win the Oscar?
Yes, she won it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, there's no way she's losing this shit. Are you kidding me?
I don't watch the
She
Oscars.
she was she was acting her ass off in that shit. It was amazing.
Which brings us to a topic that we should talk about, and I'm surprised we're not talking about it. The Grammys. Everybody's being butthurt about the Grammys, and then the Grammys giving the award to people for not their best work, but because it's like nigga season. Lemonade was a better album than, and I love Cowboy Carter more than
So
Renaissance.
I've seen the argument of people having to say this isn't her best album. I mean, respectfully, I disagree.
Okay,
I'm not saying it's her best album, but I'm just saying it's like it's up there.
it's
I don't
no,
think it's
it's up
bad.
there.
I
It's
think
up
they're all
there.
good for just different reasons.
Yeah,
But when I hear about like what the theme was in terms of their voting and it being innovation and why so many black people won, that makes all the more sense. It's
exactly.
Right,
offensive to me because it's just like only in terms of our innovation are we now being recognized, but
right,
not for the perfection of what we already can do or
right,
the refinement of songs already made.
right.
Now the whole she should have won for other albums. That I do agree with. She should have won for other albums,
Yeah,
but they gave it
she
to
should
this
be.
one.
Yeah, a
They
multi
yeah, and
winner for
then
that.
let's
Blame
just get
Kanye West.
let's
I
get on
blame
to
Kanye West.
let's quickly dissect the butt hurt people who are saying how Billy and Taylor shouldn't have won should have won album of the year X Y and Z because somebody had posted saying like a Billy didn't win any awards from anyone. Just no one. There's no category. I'm sorry, I'm getting my words twisted. Neither
Hmm.
Taylor did either.
Hmm.
The award that Billy was up for was his best pop album, I think it was.
Hmm.
Sabrina Carpenter won. Now one
For
person is
espresso or something.
no for the album,
Oh, for the album.
and no one is yelling in the streets, getting angry, any of that. They're like,
Because
okay,
Sabrina Carpenter is white, also.
Hmm.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
just double checking
Which
because I'm
fun
old.
fact, she really like Beyonce has been supporting Sabrina Carpenter for a very long time.
And then Beyonce wins album of the year. Everybody's like, oh, it should have been a Taylor, it should have been this, it should have been that. But then also they called it rigged when Beyonce won it once, but she lost it four times before. But no one ever says it's rigged when Taylor wins it four times before, and now she only lost it one.
Because it supports their narrative. Just like an election is rigged when you lose it, but when you win it, it's like, oh no, it's all good. No, that was a
It's like,
perfect election. Yeah, so
but
it's
Once
all your
again,
narrative.
I blame Kanye
It's
for the Taylor Swift problem.
I blame the DEI. They have a lot to answer for. The DEI does.
I'm kind of over
Oh
all of this
wait,
stuff.
I'm
wait,
still trying
wait.
to figure out how in
I'm
the
getting a
world
little message
somebody.
about
That's me.
echo.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. You want me to hit approve?
Yes.
Okay, I'm assuming that's going to be edited out.
Who cares? I like to keep it raw.
I know. I
You and
know.
so many others.
Mm.
I
You
should
talk.
call them.
Oh, are you seeing anybody seriously now?
No,
We're
that
never
boy's
gonna
still
get to the
playing fucking
topic because I
games
already
and
brought it
pissing
up
me
and we
off.
haven't even gotten back to it yet.
Oh,
That's
the
because we
okay.
talked about the Grammys.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Church is
Anyway,
sissy. What did you call them?
Silent Sissies of the Pew.
Silent sissies of the pew.
It sounds like a Tubi movie.
It does.
Should
I
be.
love it. Rolls off the tongue. Silent sissies of the
I
pew.
heard
Go
somebody
ahead.
say that, and I've
Tubi.
been saying it ever since. I was like, the Silent Sissies of the Pew.
That's what you should call this episode. Talking about the
I
silent
probably
sissies of
will.
the pew. If
So
if sissy is not a word.
so um, the reason we're talking about this is because people have the church and gay people, especially black church and black gay people, have always been at odds for a very long time. And let's be clear, this is not us trying to change anybody's religious views, how you choose to pray and everything like that. I respect everybody's choices and what they choose to do. I just don't care for the hypocrisy of it all. That's what I don't care for. Especially the ones who say like, "Oh, it's a sin for us," but yet you have like six kids out of wedlock and shit like that.
But wait. Hold on. Don't even forget about the fact that like it's all fun and games. It's all fire and brimstone when they outside the church and they gay. but when they inside the church help and lead the choir, create the robes, direct the music services, all of a
Hmm.
sudden it's
Or
just we
that,
just don't talk about
or
it.
that
We
one
just
gay
don't
that
talk
gets
about
pulled out for the church for the funeral service because they know they can sing the house down.
it. Mm-hmm.
Or
It's
make a
all
good cobbler at the
fire and
repast.
brimstone up until that point.
Hmm.
They'll use the
I
gays, but won't let them have a public position in the church. That is also the funniest thing, where it's just like this person has been an active member and a choir director for 12 years, but you will never put them as a choir director on the on the program because of that one thing.
well, and I mean, doesn't that really, again, you're gonna hate me for this, but doesn't that really mirror feminism? Or what the feminist argument is with the church, that women do a lot of labor,
I'm not laughing
right?
at the feminism because she brought this up in that Zoom call like a multiple times to prove a point. That's why I'm laughing.
No, but I mean, it everything you're saying, women do a lot of labor in the church and they're still not leaders in the church.
Hmm.
Explain.
Very true. I mean, at this point,
Um,
it's like uh,
that
to
one is just, how do I say it? That is the church fighting its own self,
Mhm.
in the sense
All the
of
time.
like you have these people who are leading, but because of the way that the Christian Bible is written in its modern day text, it had, or during moderately modern day text, um, so from the 50s to 2010 at least, you get a very submissively written woman and supposed to be submissive woman. Now,
that's
I
like,
can't say what happened before 1950 because Bibles before 1950 didn't denounce gays.
and yeah, they're written very differently. They like to deny that part, but
The Bible has been rewritten many a times. There are stories in the Bible that literally contradict each other. There are a few books in
hmm.
the Bible that have been left out because I think one of the arguments that Christian theologians brought up was the fact that, like, if we have women working in the church, then who's going to take care of the kids? And during the older, like, Catholic days, a man taking care of the kids and not being the breadwinner is kind of not feasible, is like extremely frowned upon and looked down upon. And I do agree with your
Okay.
feminist point in that. I do agree with your
I was
feminist
about to
point
say,
in
because
that.
in biblical days, they didn't even have yeast, so you didn't have bread that rose. You had flatbread. So bringing home the what, the naan or whatever the fuck you call it. Look, the point is, without the church, without certain groups in the church wouldn't be, and without women and without gay men, the church would not be. Those are usually the backbones of the church, correct?
Yeah.
And they
It,
just do not like to acknowledge that, in acknowledging, hey, this is who we are, this is our backbone, but we'd rather put, a straight, and I put that in quotes because
because even sometimes the
sometimes
pastors be up in there too, behind that pulpit, looking very like, oh, like that story about that guy who was in his 40s and he hooked up with this teenager, and not one person was like, oh, this is, he's a pastor. I wish to save his, God for save his soul, and I'm like,
I'm still thinking about that pastor that had sex with a man, but said, I'll die on the hill of I took drugs instead
Yes.
of the hill of I sucked him off.
ah,
That's what I was thinking. Like
that's a
the
great
pastor that
story.
was like, I'm not gay, I'm on drugs. I'm on heroin. All right.
Like that made it any more better. Like, oh yeah, I'm a pastor who
But
does
for him, but
narcotics.
but
Like,
think about the mental gymnastics of someone saying, it's just I guess because I've been queer for a very long time, and I love it. I recommend it to other people. I think it's fabulous. I don't understand what is so, and I'm not a man, but I don't understand what is so frightening about being gay, or being, not even being gay, because I don't really believe in labels, but being open to being sexually attracted to other men. I
It
mean,
it depends on where you're raised. Like if you think about the American South, like it is dangerous. It is extremely dangerous to be out and gay in some
I
places.
would say that it is about, it's about location, and it's also
But
about like
also,
what household you grew up into.
and then there's a compulsive heteronormativity,
heteronormativity.
I hate that word so
yeah,
much, but go ahead.
Mhm.
yeah, where it's just like some people genuinely do not meet another gay person, don't see gay people on television, don't read about them in books. They don't understand that that is an option to them, and they have these feelings for a person of the same sex, male or female. Um, and
Or they have an
the,
assumption of what a gay man is supposed to be like.
Not
yes, and
Yeah, that I authentically hate when people have this assumption of when you say gay, they automatically get a stereotype in their mind of what they perceive gay to be, you know?
And not all gay
And
people can dress fashionably.
no,
That's not true.
no,
Not all of them can read for filth.
Not
That's
all
not
of
no,
them.
true.
Not all of them wear
no.
makeup. Not all of them do like I'm wearing makeup, and yes, I have shit too. But like, it's not. That's not an everyday thing for some people. That's a
But
sometime thing for some people. It's like
and
it's this
not every
perception of
gay
what they
person is
have.
out there having sex like crazy. You know what I
Not
mean?
every not every gay person is having 2 to 3 hookups a day. Not every
Right,
gay person is having sex every week. Some
right.
are celibate and happily being that. They just know they're
There
attracted to
you go.
men.
Not all of them want to be in open relationships. Some of them are
There you
perfectly
go.
with monogamy. Like it's just, but it's the
There's a spectrum like everything else. It's a
yeah.
spectrum.
But like as far as like the gay within the church, let's even take a step outside of it and just the communities that try to promote religious values, but they don't even stand by those values themselves. Like
Oh God, yeah.
none of the like so many people aren't married, like at least in some parts of our community. Excuse me. They're not
Some
married. They have
parts
kids
of
out of
it.
wedlock. They don't live their best life. They're not the leaders that they say that they are. They don't, and shit like that. It's like, how are you telling me I'm wrong, but you not even living your life to holy to God?
It's because I'll also say there's not enough accountability against men in the church. Because we
Mhm.
always talk about how like you have all these women out of wedlock, but all of those women are all being shamed for the decision to have sex with that same man. But the man is not being shamed for having sex unprotected with multiple women. There's no accountability there's no shaming of him. Nobody's doing anything to actually hurt his social standings. If anything, it might be elevated. And a lot of people in the church just like, he must have it good. He must have it real good. And it's just like,
Or
we
just
can't
brush
afford to
it
pay the
under the
child
rug.
support.
Mhm.
We
Or
have an
like
offering
he'll
bowl for
find himself
him.
he'll
And
find
that is the
himself a
main
good woman
problem
one
with
day.
and that is the main problem with patriarchy. It sets up the rules are for thee, not for me type of situation. You know what I mean?
hmm But it's still an ongoing thing currently, especially with today's political climate and everything like.
Mm.
Now all of a sudden everybody's all about, oh, it's an abomination this and it's a sin that, and it's like listen to someone like, how many women have you got knocked up? How many like
And I mean for the ultra religious and crazy,
I,
every fucking thing is a sin. Shit.
I'm like, did you have sex before marriage?
Damn right.
Do you
I
still
never
eat
got
pork?
married. Every day but Tuesday.
Do you still eat shrimp?
I eat ass. So
I wear cloths of different fibers. And
right.
it's
Right.
funny because all of the hardest doctrine that some of the ultra religious follow isn't, if you're a Christian, if you were Jewish, it would make sense.
Mhm.
But if you follow Christianity or Protestantism, then you follow the New Testament, which means all that old stuff of not eating shrimp, of not wearing cloths of different coin, like that shit goes out the window. The only thing you need to care about is treat your neighbor like you want to be treated.
Thank you. And mind your damn business. Isn't it gonna be fun when we all get to the other side and whoever's running this show, right? Which is probably gonna be some person playing a sim,
I
right?
just
When they
pray
close
that
this
it isn't the Mormons who are right.
ugh.
Because
But
no,
go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say because in a certain sect of Mormonism, niggas can't get into heaven.
Oh, wait, hold
I
on.
still say you don't want to go to heaven.
Okay, two
Heaven
two
is
points.
going to be missionary positions. It's going to be nothing but mayonnaise, no mustard, no ketchup, no salt, no pepper, nothing. Barbecues with potato salad with raisins.
Why do you
Sign
guys
me
assume
in.
that hell is going to have all the condiments? It's hell. It's supposed to torture you. It's
Hell,
not going to be a good place.
hell gonna be where the niggas gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be
And they're
cookouts
going to be in
every
their own
weekend.
Dalmatian. Like, I don't,
I
I
just I just
haven't
want
seen
us
your
to think
eyes.
about the fact like you don't think there's gonna be a nigga section in heaven?
No, I don't.
That is so
I don't.
sad.
That's a damn
Heaven
shame.
is so white bread and dry. Like
But I
I
thought
just
something that shocked me
Imagine being able to
was,
have orgies and not having getting an STD.
that's
that's
hell.
heaven.
That's hell because everybody's got an STD. What does it matter?
What?
We all scratching our cooch. What does it matter?
Yvonne, shut up.
Hey,
Yvonne, shut up.
hey, hey.
I was on the train one day, right? And you know how
Mhm,
you see Mormons and they have like their name tags and their white shirts and everything like that.
mhm. Like they're going to work. Like, so
I
what's
They
wrong
are
with
shit,
you,
going to work because they may
motherfucker?
not get to eat unless you feed them.
I
Oh
shit you
God.
not. I shit you not. There was a black Mormon.
How? Who?
don't
They
know.
exist.
Mm.
They
I
do
He
literally,
must
exist.
have had a tan. He must have come back from one of those trips from like
I
he's
literally
got,
was texting my sister. I'm like, girl, I just seen a black Mormon. I
you
did not
sure he
know.
wasn't
No, he
Jehovah?
he was black. He was dog brown, dog skin.
Mm,
He was
And
black.
they exist.
I
They
need
do
evidence.
He
exist.
was black.
I need
Just like there
evidence.
are black Wiccans
Oh
and
yeah.
black people who follow the
Now there
Norse
are
mythology.
yeah, they're black
So,
Wiccans. I've met black witches and stuff
yeah,
like
so that's
that.
what I'm like. There are black Mormons, there are black
Mm.
Jehovah's, there are black everythings.
But we know about
Because we
Jehovah's
just work our
Witnesses.
way everywhere.
Oh,
Hmm.
Jehovah's. My question is, are there white Jehovah's? I ain't met a white Jehovah yet.
The
I
most
Every
met a
famous
Jehovah
few.
I've met is
the most
black.
famous Jehovah's in the world were the Jacksons.
And Prince,
They were
Prince was a
Jehovah's
Jehovah
Witness?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
they were
Jehovah's
all
Witnesses.
Jehovah Witnesses.
Uh huh.
I did not know that.
Yes.
And
Watch
I
All
think
American. It's the same
they
All
used to
American
do the
Dream and stuff like
witnessing
that.
too, right?
Yeah, they
They used
did
to go out
before they
and
became, what they became.
proselytizing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine opening the door and
And
Prince is
my,
standing there talking about, let me talk to you about Christ. Yes, sir. Come on in here. Let's talk about Christ. But let's also talk about that album that you did and Apollonia. I would love that.
but yeah, I think that when it comes to the relationship between like the black gay folks and the black church, I think there's a lot of people who can kind of look at religion from a distance and say, if this isn't, it's not really affecting me in a way that maybe some people like. For me, I don't really care about the fire and brimstone and all the bullshit. It doesn't affect me actually anymore. I never had any involvement with the church. I did go when my grandmother was like Easter Sunday and stuff like that. Other than that, I never stepped foot inside of a church ever again. But
Mm,
I unfortunately have had several people in my life who, whilst they were of religion, they kind of kept that to themselves. Also because I knew a lot of their secrets,
mm, mm.
and also my mother would have defended me if anything had said anything about me as well. So
Good.
there's a good thing about that.
Yeah,
But
good.
it doesn't affect me personally. I don't really care. It annoys me, but it doesn't affect me as much as like I'm contemplating and battling myself and all this other stuff.
Ooh, sorry, I just thought about something.
Go ahead.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
Also, back to Yvonne's point in terms of like not fully letting themselves out from the Christian side of it, as somebody who has multiple family members, I don't think there isn't one of my family members on my mother's side who isn't either active as a member of a church or actively sitting in the pulpit of a church. Like it's
Really?
either or. It's been
Mm.
happening for about 3-4 generations now.
Ah.
I think me and my cousins are the only one who have some actual diversity of not being in a seated position
But are you
or having.
religious? Do you still practice that faith? Do you still
I find myself to be a lot more spiritual now,
Mhm.
but because I was raised with Abrahamic with the Abrahamic religion, I find myself connecting with spirituality through the Abrahamic lens. So I use a lot of their tools and ways of speech, but I do let go of a lot of the doctrine that only preaches hate.
Mm.
So it's just like you will hear me talk about like how great God is, but at the same time, like you will see me in a heartbeat also cuss out every single pastor that I've had some of the pastors I've had interactions with because they done you done fucked up people's lives the way you prayed over somebody. You should not have touched them. But that's a different story. That's what I meant. Not meant to say.
And I
But
think
isn't
But I
that
bring
no, go ahead, I'm sorry.
what I meant to say in all of that is there for me I have not come out to that side of my. I have not come out to my mother's side of the family. I have not come out to anybody that is involved with my mother's side when it comes to the church, and that's mainly because you also have to be ready to cut it off. You have to be
mhm.
ready and willing to cut off that side of your family for your own mental health.
I was
And to
Mm,
definitely ready
anybody
to do
who
it for mine.
hasn't,
it's true.
yeah, for any person who hasn't, who is listening, fight your battles when you're ready to. If you don't want to,
Mm,
I'm not forcing you. I haven't done it
right.
yet because the one thing that really always like said I will not do this is more so if I don't have a boyfriend, all I'm doing is inviting undue heartbreak and people trying to pray over me if I were to come to a family gathering.
Mm,
I'd rather just not deal with that.
And it's
If,
also like in that situation, it's usually like the older generation, like your parent, your mother, your parents, siblings, and shit like that, like your aunts and uncles. But sometimes, and sometimes older cousins, but sometimes when there's cousins that are a little bit more on your age and stuff like that, it makes things a lot easier. You know, I have a few cousins who like they know they follow me on Instagram. They see the makeup videos. They're like they like they like the videos and shit like that, and they keep it pushing. There's no issues in that stuff. So when it's like the aunts and uncles that I have left, I don't really care if they know, and I don't really give a damn if there's a problem with that
Right.
because I'm gonna
And
be
you have
like,
a happily supportive family.
Mhm.
yeah,
Like nuclear, well, not nuclear, but like immediate family. And that
yeah.
makes all the difference.
Like
Yeah.
you think I care? Now, if my niece had a problem or my nephew, then we have to have a conversation. But the aunt who I know things about you, the uncle who I know like what I mean. I know stories about this family, but it's not even
Like
just
if we
about
want
like
to be uncomfortable, we can all be uncomfortable.
right.
We can make this real uncomfortable real quick. Even I got pictures, nigga.
But I'm gonna be like, okay, like I could care less to be around this extended part of my family anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not hurting my feelings by not wanting to talk to me. Trust me, I've been
Right.
actively doing that shit for years now.
Yeah. And as a person who's kind of, and I know you're gonna not believe this, a little bit of an introvert, I, believe it or not, I have a strong introvert energy. When I'm on and when I'm with people, I'm with people. When I'm not, I'm not. I'm introverted. That not being around people doesn't really hurt me. Like that last part that you said, it doesn't. If someone were to which I find so weird when people say, "I'm not going to speak to you anymore." Why did you even tell me? I mean, odds are we just would never have spoken again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of
Like
those.
if you're somebody I already don't like, and you tell me like,
Or even somebody I like, if the vibe starts to feel funny, I'm gonna
mm,
excuse myself from the situation. And so for me, I've been to different churches and I've tried it's almost like Popeyes and shit. I've been to different churches and tried different shit, like and I'll go and I'll be like, this is very nice. You'll never see me again. And
I
I
mean,
usually go ahead.
I don't know. I was just gonna be like, honestly, I'm with the Quakers a little bit. Now, not forgetting about their racist tendencies in their history. There's that part. But in terms of God is within, find within,
There you go.
and we can move on. Like that's the principle that I'm like, the Quakers
and
that
there's
we're onto something
also
on that.
and to those of you out there who are gay, there's you want to have a religious, life and have religion in your life and everything. There's gay churches everywhere.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of them.
Unitarian churches. Yeah. I
There's some
mean,
of them in New York. There's some of them in
yeah.
Harlem. Like they're
You
there.
needn't. I think that's the biggest misconception that people have, and I that's why when you and Star were talking, I love that you can still have your relationship with your God and still be you,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, whoever, whatever created all of us, created all of our imperfections, created everything. So why wouldn't they love me? You know what I
Like
mean?
every time a fine man walk past, I'm like, ooh, my God, today.
There you go. My God, today. I
I'm just
sent
appreciating what was already
Nico.
created.
Like,
I didn't send it to
amen.
you because you always talk shit when I send you stuff. But there was this go-go dancer at this club making them booty cheeks clap.
Okay,
And
her, not me.
huh?
Because you can send me
It's
stuff
so
like that, and I'll
funny.
appreciate it.
No, because this one always like you and Nico always into booty. Da, 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 da. Some booty is just
I
Well,
and
okay.
she's also a bottom, and she would never eat an ass.
oh my
Okay,
god.
I've
And
never
he had
said that.
the go-go dancer had the perfect like like you ever had a man that had like such a good like back, like V back that you just wanted to bite it like a rib, like
Okay, let me
I
clear
got
something.
that.
Let me clear something up for you, Star Mother, you, Star Mother, and Nico, so y'all can understand something. I have never said there's nothing wrong with a man having a nice ass. I love a man with a nice behind. Trust me, I do. I
You seem
maybe
to think that we're fixated, and
no.
I
What
mean
I
they're
and to Trey out there too, if you're listening, the problem the problem isn't that you like the ass. The problem is you make that the first and the core of that person's desirability, which is why
we
most of y'all
are
aren't in
all made
relationships.
differently. I cannot help if that is the first
The
thing
amount
that
of
I
times
see
Nico
on
has opened
someone
the
and
amount
it
of times
draws me to
Nico has
them.
opened his mouth to describe a man, he be like, he's cute, he got a fat ass. That's literally
Mhm.
anytime he
And so
describes a
that's
man, that's
exactly
literally what he says.
both of us were drooling over that, talking about my God today. Both that and what is it? Castlevania with the
Oh, ooh,
O-
girl,
Here we
Olrock.
go. Here we go.
Olrock. Oh my god. Mm.
I'm just saying, I
Mm.
understand. I get it. I would let
Mm.
There's
myself
nothing
deal
wrong
with
with
immortality.
a man with a nice ass. I want one. I want a man with a nice one too. That's not my point. My point is
And if you don't
can't
have
be
an
the
ass, that's
core.
okay.
It cannot
Mhm.
be the core of what you value in that person. It cannot be.
It certainly can be, and that's okay.
No, it's not.
You can be shallow. It's fine to be
That's
shallow.
okay.
Understand that when
Oh,
you
trust
start
me,
getting
I
shallow,
am.
you get shallow relationships. That's
And you
cool.
know what?
Oh
What
yeah.
in all seriousness, what is wrong with being shallow? As long as you are honest about it, what
Oh
is
yeah.
wrong with it?
Oh, some people are
I
not
am
I
honest about
only
how
with
shallow they
you
are.
because you lay good pipe. That's it.
I've
It's
told
not
many a man I like himbos. I just want you to look pretty and be able to do whatever you're hyper fixated on. I want you to do those two things that I
Speaking
came up to you for.
speaking of
Not much
himbos,
else.
speaking of himbos, I was gonna since I know you're jumping all over the place. When we do the whole the frolic weekend, I was gonna make Nico a sass that had himbo on cross of it.
he probably wear it.
Oh,
That's
you know he
He
would. He'll take
himbo.
pride in that.
Yeah.
he a little
I
bit of a
mean,
himbo. He an
what's
educated himbo.
he is.
He's
He's
an
the
aloof
type
himbo.
he's the type himbo that's so educated they don't get the joke. And you've got to like
Oh,
explain
the
it to
amount
him
of
and it's
times jokes
like
have flown over Nico's head. Just like,
and then
oh, like,
once he gets it, he's gonna do that hand over demure sort of laugh, and it's like that took a good 15 minutes, but like he's like one of
or
those educated people that it just everything just
or
like
he's
I'm
one
gonna
of
have
these
to break
fake
this down on a
demure girls
cellular
who be
later.
so like shocked by the conversations that we're having. I'm like, do you not know what you do for a living, and you're shocked by what we're saying right now?
But you know what? I
I think
like
the
that.
crazy. Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go
No, I
ahead.
was
No,
just
no.
like he got three Twitters. He got three Twitters. And some of the content, some of the things he be saying go cross platforms. Like you would think this one would be for the private, but no, it's on the
Mm-mm.
public. Like, okay,
I ain't got time for
all
all
right.
that.
but yeah,
I
when
like that
I say
about
some
him
shit
though,
about that,
that covering your mouth, laughing, that sort of like playful demureness. I like that.
when he be fucking
Mhm.
giggling,
Yes,
Mhm.
I think that's hilarious.
I think it's
Uh,
adorable.
I do. I think it's a. I there's. I don't know. Maybe I've gotten to the age where I find just different things about different people adorable. So like everyone in that group, there is something about them that I find completely just adorable. And I just, it's like I think that's just nice. I think, it's just, when I see it, it makes me smile. It's something nice about you.
what do you find adorable about the fairy?
Oh my god. You know what?
I said that yesterday.
I
He was so he looked at me like,
I love that he owns it and that, he's like, whatever. I love that sort of whateverness that comes out of him that, you're not gonna shake my boat. I like that. I like that. That's why I
Well,
always
I
do
mean,
that a hair behind the ear kind of coolness.
no, because Lashawn also do. Well, I mean, I do it too, but I do it whenever I say.
no, you be
I
moving
do it
your
when I
hair
say
like
something
you fucking
slick.
Rapunzel. So please,
Like you do
yeah,
the
all this
Yeah,
other shit.
swish, swish.
Mm-mm.
I got the do rag for it and everything.
It's 2025.
what do
We
you
don't do that anymore. We
what do
do the
you find adorable about the both of us? I want to hear this
I
shit.
I find your earnestness adorable. When you are a mood setter, Ken. When you are not in a good mood, guess what? None of the fuck of us are gonna be in a good mood. Mama's here and she ain't happy today. But I
I was
like
in a
that.
good mood yesterday because I got my new coat.
Right. But I like that because that does, that impacts things. That's you're impactful. I don't know how to describe it. You're impactful, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
you know?
shit.
I like Star Mother because Star Mother, and I don't know if you're a Leo or not, but you take over a conversation in a room like you are a star. I think Star Mother is a good word for it. Like when you enter, you feel like I'm on. Okay. That's why I said you should be Lady Tremaine. Like you had a very dramatic sort of, so yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius, so you're not
Oh,
too far off.
oh. Y'all like chaos. I just like fires, like even Trey and I kind of butt heads, but we're really two
Trey
sides
just
of the
want to be a
same
nigga in
coin.
Paris.
Who Trey? Yeah.
Okay,
Trey would be a contrary nigga. Like and I'm a contrary nigga. And I like that.
I just say it like this when it comes to Leos and Sagittarius. Leos are stars. I will always give them that because they don't allow themselves to be anything else. If they are
Mhm.
not important, they won't
Mhm.
be in the room for very long.
Mhm.
If- Now with Sagittarius,
Y'all are
we
crazy.
end up
Y'all are
we
Gemini
start
light.
doing stuff and people keep
Mhm.
watching us long enough where we became important in the room, and then now it's
Mhm.
just like, wait, why do y'all
Because we have to watch you because we have to see where our wallets went. You people are crazy. Sagittarius, every Sagittarius friend I have, and I love Sagittarius. I've got several friends, but y'all will start fires just to start fires. Y'all are Gemini light. Gemini is
I've
complete
seen you
madness.
start chaos
that's our
with.
sister sign.
Right.
I've seen you start
You
chaos
yeah,
within a swoop of a text in our group
right.
chat and shit. Like, girl,
And move on. And then my favorite this is my favorite Sagittarius line. This needs to be on all of your tombstones. I don't like drama. What? Bitch,
lie.
is you
Stop.
I don't know.
crazy?
I don't like drama when I don't like it when it comes to me, but I love to be around it. I love to be in
Mhm.
the circle, but I don't ever want to be the thing that's actually drama. I don't want to be the cause. I don't want to be the
R-
problem, but I
Real
want to be
talk
around
me.
it.
Have those words ever come out of your mouth? I don't like drama. Real
Um,
right. Right.
once upon a time, back when I was in like middle school, but then I came to terms with like, no, I do like drama. I just don't like
Mhm.
being the problem, so I just won't be the
And you
problem.
9 times out of 10 are the
No, I'm
problem.
not. I'm friends with the problem.
You are.
Lester
I
too.
am
You
very close to
are.
the problem. I'm
That's
You're
very
very
always
true.
close.
close to the
You're
problem,
You're
close
but
to
always
the
in
I am not the
problem.
proximity.
problem.
You're always
Do
in
I
the
co-sign
proximity of the
their
problem.
energy? Do I
Mhm.
co-sign their energy? No, I be telling them, hey, I don't think that's a good thing to do. But hey, go off, sis. I'll be here the whole
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
See, Taurus,
Mhm.
just we sit in silence and just let our face say everything.
Right. We are earth signs. And so we have very expressive faces, and as a Taurus, you are very expressive and very earthy. Me and LaShawn, we are Capricorns. So we're very expressive. But the difference with a Capricorn is we're going to say what we're going to say. I said what I said. And either, I'm 10 toes down with it,
Yeah,
whatever.
like him giving fellatio.
Are you going to let that go?
Not
Yeah,
one
it's
bit.
just such an interesting way to say it in a group of people
Not
who have
one
said
bit.
I
Woo.
gave him head on a regular and
Not
consistent
one.
basis.
But it wasn't okay. I don't feel comfortable putting people's business out there.
We've already done it. So
But I still know I would like to invite LaShawn to tell his own story. I just that is something about Capricorns. We don't like to we're private people. We're private freaks. That's why
tell an
I'm still
entire
thinking
group.
about when Ian let out
that
his
I was about to
private
say
freak.
that's why I give Ian such a hard time because I know Ian's a Scorpio. Star
Yes,
mother,
and I know he.
if you and
I
Ian got
know
together, whoo, I'm telling you, Ian will teach you a few things.
because every time I have me and a Scorpio get together, Lord have mercy, they be
That's
running my heart through the ringer.
the
It must
best,
be nice.
best like relationship slash almost went to jail over some weird shit like stuff is Scorpio. Scorpios are
That's some
just like
toxic ass shit right there. I'm sorry.
they are the
It's
most
really funny because like
toxic people in the world, but
I have no water signs in my chart, but
mhm,
a lot of my friends are water signs. So I
mhm,
got friend. Well, not I don't have a lot of Pisces friends, but I got a lot of Cancers and a lot of Scorpios, and it's just like
mhm.
you just like I've thought about it, it's like I must really like crybabies because why the fudge am I friends with this person?
I don't know why Tauruses get such a bad rap when it comes to relationships. We are so low maintenance when it comes to certain shit.
You are very low
That's the
maintenance.
problem.
Y'all just like
So
comfort. You just
how's
like
that?
It's
How is being low maintenance a problem?
no,
because people want to do more for you, but you don't require much, and it puts them in a place of insecurity.
Or you just don't have to do so much to make me happy?
Again,
or
insecurity.
y'all are just some stubborn SOBs. And rather than just open up and enjoy the experience, you want to control everything. I love a good Taurus, but y'all are very controlling and you're controlling in that way that you try to control. You
Am
don't say the issue. You just let your mood kind of dictate the issue
am
and everybody's like,
am I controlling, or am I always put in the situation where I have to be in control?
boy, stop.
Porque
You
no
are
los dos.
controlling.
Star Mother, have I not said that to you before? Where I've been
No,
like,
she. It is. I say it is a combination of both. There are times where she will take on things that she don't need to take on because she don't want to let it fall apart, and it's just like you should
Right.
just let it fall apart
Let it fall apart. Right.
because you are putting yourself through emotional distress trying to hold it together when nobody else is, and it's just like just let it go. It's
Boom.
not your baby.
This is now, I will say this. Sagittarius have a gaggle of wisdom. They are some of the wisest people you're gonna meet. They don't ever take their own damn advice though. when you look at their life, you be like, shit, sis, if it's
Hmm.
such good advice, why
Hmm.
go ahead and take it.
You better
But
turn. You better turn right the fuck around,
but but
cause she
they will
ain't
give you
wrong.
but they will give you class A greatest advice in the world. And Star Mother is exactly right. If it falls apart, it falls apart. It's not on my watch. It is not my job to hold this shit together.
All I'm saying is sometimes y'all see my nature as controlling, and sometimes I say nobody else wants to be in charge.
But
I
why do you
I'm
have to be
not
in charge all the time? Let it
I'm not
go.
saying your controlling part is necessarily a bad trait. What I'm saying is your
I
refusal
know
to
what
let
part you're talking
go.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's not even in that situation, but like just overarching. If you are holding on to something so tight that you're starting to bleed, girl, let
Let
go of the
it
rope.
go. Right. You are damaging yourself. Let it go. Like when you
It,
go to frolic, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Just say to yourself, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to go where the night takes me. I'm not going to have any
I said I'm going to be
expectations.
drunk from the day I get there to the day I leave. So
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
that
drunk
worry
don't
from the
mean you
day I
won't
get
try to
there.
control things in
Right.
between.
Right.
That's a lie.
I am not controlling things. I'm not writing the
I'm not
itinerary. I'm
planning
not. Girl,
any
you are
or.
already planning your outfits. Stop.
That's
You were
You
in
for
plan
plan
sashes for
me.
mode.
other your friends. You plan to make sashes with your friends, which I
Right.
don't
I
think
was
is
You
a
doing
were
it for
bad
in
thing, but
you.
was just
you were in
and you thought
plan mode, girl.
I was making a sash for you.
You were
and
in plan
Nico.
mode,
And don't forget about Nico. You
I
thought
decided
about it. You just considered
I
how
thought about it
if
and
I
I
were to
decided
do it,
against
how
it
would I do
a
it?
while ago because I wasn't paying for that.
You have a mama hen complex. Let other people do. Relax.
Well,
Listen to Star. Star has
some of
some
these
good.
fucking chicks need to start growing up and stop having me be in control of shit. How about that?
See,
No, you gotta
that is
learn to
such a
walk
mama
away.
answer right there. That is
Like
a mama answer.
you run into the issues of the stress of trying to control because you
All right,
refuse to just
we're
see
not
something and be like,
we're,
"That's
we're not about to psychoanalyze me in this whole goddamn podcast. All right, we ain't doing this shit. This
it's
I
okay."
can
My mama does it
psychoanalyze.
too. My mother, she does it
Mhm,
too. My whole mother side of the family, everybody has the same issue of we come into a room, we see what's wrong with it, and then we automatically go fix it. And then
mhm.
all of a sudden, 3 months down the line, everybody just always expects us to fix the
To
problem
fix
that
it.
everybody can see, but it's just like, it's not my job. I was just tired
Right.
of looking at that one thing on the floor and I needed somebody to pick it up
well,
and nobody was
Right.
going to do it. So fuck it. I'll do it.
when people start
Now and
making it
forever is
to
now
New
your
York, watch
job.
me not do a damn thing. I'm like, meet me where I.
What but it is not your responsibility. What I'm
And it
saying
won't
is,
be.
right, enjoy
Yes.
yourself.
That's what we
Relax.
want you to do.
Right, relinquish the control just a little bit.
But
I
I'll
think
say
frolic,
this: if any bitch come at me and get mad because I didn't plan something, I'm like, that's not no.
the simple answer is I'm not your mother. I paid for this experience just like you. We both experienced it together, sis. That's
Oh,
all
If
you
you
got to
wanted
say.
more, you should have said more.
You should have
You
right, step up and do more.
like me and my best friend get mad all the time. We'll get mad at each other because we'll say like we want to do something, but then like we won't make any plans for it. And then the day come and it'd be like, I thought we were gonna do this thing. We didn't make an official plan for it, so it didn't happen.
Oh, so it
You
didn't
was still
happen.
asleep. My best friend got real mad at me one time on our first outing. We went to Anime Expo back when we were in high school. And everybody was asleep, and I was just like, I don't feel like trying to wake up everybody and wait 30, 45 minutes for everybody to
Not
get
my
ready. I'm just
responsibility.
go get breakfast myself. And
Mhm.
he still talks about it to this day. It's just like, why didn't you just wake me up? And it was just like, girl, I
Because
didn't
I'm
want to
not your
have to.
mother.
Yes. And like, I love him. I love you, Lark. I love you more than that. But
Yes.
that's one of those, like, we've been in multiple situations with each other where it's just like, why didn't you say something? I would have helped. And it's just like, I don't
And
want to have to do that.
here's another little nugget. You don't have to miss out, Ken, on anything you want to do because you can't corral others to do it. Do with others who want to do with you. Just like what Star is talking about, be there with people who are already ready to go. You
Say,
ain't got to wake up.
one thing that I
You
had
ain't got
planned for this frolic weekend was I was going to sit on the beach at least for a couple of hours one day. I was going to bring my beach chair and everything. At this
yes.
point, I'm not
Let
worried.
everybody else
I'm
go.
gonna tell people, but I'm like, if you don't show up, I don't give a shit. I would be there by myself with my liquor and have a nice
There
little
you go.
music playing, and that's it.
Never That's the biggest thing about plans. Never be afraid to do your plans by yourself. Once you're not afraid to do plans by yourself, what people do or don't do doesn't matter to you because you know what? When people say, "Oh, I was gonna go," I already got my ticket, so I'm sorry for you. If you didn't go, it was a wonderful experience. It was beautiful.
The
you
only
know,
time, the only time I ever I'm just like I've learned to like rely on somebody else for a plan. Is so I want to get Korean barbecue because Korean barbecue by yourself is usually one they don't let you get a table by yourself, and two, you know how hard it is to get your money back by yourself. You got to
Hmm.
get somebody with a big bag, physically or non-physically. They got to be able to put it down, or at least know how to sneak in some Tupperware. God damn it!
Oh my god.
I mean, that's a I hadn't thought about that. That's a fair point. I
That's
would
some
just
fat bitch
order it to
behavior.
go. I would just order an Uber in my hotel room and eat it like
No, no, I'm talking the all you can eat Korean barbecue where you cook the meat
Oh.
on the grill yourself.
Oh,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
usually
yeah.
let you do one tables for one party, so that's the reason why it's
A
like
table for
this is the
one.
only time where I will rely on somebody else, and that's mainly just because I'm gonna get my it costs $20 for all you can eat meat, honey. I'm about to spend $60 worth of food for
Oh my
20. I'm gonna
god.
find a
So
way.
so Star Mother's one example of why you need other people is the outlier. The real example is you can really enjoy yourself by yourself, and you relinquish some of that control because like he said, you are causing your own harm, and
I
and
learned that
and
the hard way, and now
right.
I'm done.
And you get upset, and it's like a mother who gets upset, because nobody does what they're supposed to do because they're all relying on you. Like, oh, Ken is gonna, no, Ken ain't doing shit,
Oh,
but Ken is still gonna have
because
fun.
people pulling up in March, and I'll be like, I'm not picking nobody up from the airport or going to. I'm not doing
Right.
shit.
I
That
think the
that's
funniest
not for
part.
you to figure out.
No.
There's Ubers, there's Lyfts, there's walking, there's sucking dick. You can find your way to where you need to find your
What
way.
is sucking dick at me
I
about
had a
this?
friend who literally found a way to get. They went to a hookup, and then they were thinking that they were going to be able to stay the night at the hookup, and they were like, "Nah, you're gonna have to go back to your place." And it's just like, well, I guess I'm sleeping in the car tonight.
They figured it out.
They, hey, no, but I definitely do think a good quote that really do remind me of Ken is, "You'll miss me when I'm dead."
You'll miss me when I'm dead, Jesus.
That's true.
Like
But do you
he really embodies that because it's like one of those things where he'll do so much for people for so long, and it's just like I just feel like I'm not being appreciated enough. And it's
but
just like it feels like he's like one bad thing happening away from saying you'll miss me when I'm dead
But
because he does
Ken,
so much like a
think
mother.
about what he's saying there. Think about that think about that. You'll miss me when I'm dead. That puts a lot of responsibility for somebody that is not a blood descendant of you on you. Fuck you. You'll miss me when I'm dead. That's you are taking on way too much responsibility. This is your
Oh, I say that to
Capricorn
people all the
friend.
time.
This is your so Sagittarius and Capricorn. We aren't that far off. I think we're right
We're
behind each other, right? Are
Yep.
you, yeah,
I'm November to December. You're the end of December to Jan or however
yeah.
long y'all
So
last.
so take it from like brother sister signs. What and actually there's supposed to be another sign in between us, some sort of weird ass sign.
No, it's between me and Scorpio,
Okay.
Ophiuchus, something like that.
You know what I'm
It's a
talking
snake
about,
thing.
some
Yeah.
weird ass sign. For anybody who's part of that, I'm sorry. But take it from us that fuck people. Let people and a fellow earth sign, let people hold that's what we say. Let them hold their own nuts. Let that person hold their own nuts. Like I'll give an example and I'll say it because I'm that type of person. When Ian came to New York, I thought you did too much. He was very nice, but I thought you did too damn much. Ian can take care of himself. He's a grown man.
And he
He
doesn't like being infantilized.
he doesn't like being infantilized. Let him live his life. And if you want to meet up for drinks, if you want to do this and that, that's fine. But do not hold his hand. Let him hold his own nuts, or let Star Mother hold his nuts, whichever one.
I'm
But
not.
his nuts are not your responsibility.
I'm not gonna say anymore because I'm not the one who's out of the country or in a different state because I have to see him in about a month and a half right now. So I'm gonna say quiet.
But I'm sure. But he's going to tell you the same thing. He is capable, and and he doesn't. The flip side of that is the people start to feel like they're good people start to feel like they're a burden. You know what I mean? Like they're taking up too much of your time, and you don't want that. So what all we're saying is ease back. Enjoy. You do not have to lead everything. You do not have to hold it together. Let niggas hold their own nuts. Edit all this out because this is very personal to you.
All right,
We're gonna lose about 20 minutes.
this episode was very much. I'm keeping all this shit in. I don't give a fuck.
But wasn't it good therapy though? Doesn't it feel good to talk
I
to
didn't pay for
people?
this. Okay, I didn't pay.
I
No,
know.
so you should enjoy it because you got something for free.
I love that. I love when I talk to people and talk to friends and I feel like a therapy session is ended. I feel lighter. I don't know. I just like it. It's just fun
Oh,
to
oh, no,
me.
I get you. The only thing is, I got a lot of stubborn. Again, water signs. They'll move when they want to move, not a second
Mm-hmm.
before.
Right.
Water sign
And
my ass, more like an iceberg.
yeah, so it's just
Iceberg.
like you can give them all the best advice in the world, but if they don't hear from the right person, they ain't doing shit.
They're
So
not
come
gonna
on.
do
Chipping
shit.
away at that
Yeah.
So
ice.
I feel cathartic after I talk to them, but it's just like, all right, well, let's give it 3 days and see what happens.
Well, that's just and all you can do, and as you know, as a Sagittarius, all I can do is say it. I can't force you to do it. You do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. And that's the good thing about Sagittarius. I think that's your strongest trait that and why I love like all my Sagittarius friends, which funny enough, all my Sagittarius friends are queer. They're all the women I know are queer, all the men I know are queer, partly because of your sign that you take people as they are. You
Hmm.
don't try to make people into something else. You are who you are, and I accept who you are. I just ask that you accept who I am.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's a very endearing trait of Sagittarius's.
Thank you,
But you're
Mother
also
Goose.
man.
crazy. You're crazy.
Hey,
You're
everybody,
crazy.
it's okay. I have
Mhm.
to be.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to be the crazy in the room. Somebody has to remind people. I can just get all this shit off the table. I'll
Mhm.
burn all
Clear a
this stuff
table.
and
I'll burn
myself.
all this down. That's gonna be on you. That's what's gonna be on your tombstone.
I was about to
On
say
your
the same thing.
tombstone,
So too, so I'll burn all this down.
and under that, I'll burn all this down. I don't like drama. That's gonna be on your damn tombstone. Where it's like the fuck.
It's also gonna say, "I told y'all."
Mhm. Why can't I can't mess with them? That's too much drama. I have literally had this come out of Sagittarius's mouth, and I'm like, you were married to your wife, sleeping with this other woman who you brought on a cruise, a anniversary cruise with your wife, vlogging the whole damn thing, and now you're getting a divorce, but you don't like, and that's a true story. That is a true story of a Sagittarius right there. Sorry,
All
edit
right,
that out because I
let's
don't want that person to be like,
let's wrap this up. Let's final thoughts on the black church and the gays and how we all deal with
oh,
our
I
own
forgot.
religious
That's what we
view.
was talking about. We
Yeah,
was talking
sure
about
was
that.
because it went into a whole Oprah
what,
Winfrey
what
episode of me.
what do we call it? Sissies. Say it again because I love
Silent
that.
sissies of the pew.
Silent sissies of the pew. I love that saying.
What do we?
Silent
What is
sissies.
the end card here? What's the takeaway?
I'll just say, if you want to be involved in the church as somebody who's LGBTQ, I really pray that you will go to a church that appreciates you instead of just going to a church that feels good but demeans you.
Mm.
Because it's very easy to end up in those spaces because there are a lot of those spaces. But I implore you, keep going until you find a place that appreciates you as much as you appreciate them. Just like with love.
That's well said. That is well said. There you go. Go ahead, do it, girl. There you go. Did I ever tell you at the time that I wanted to become a nun? That's another day, though.
Yes, you did tell us.
We'll talk.
You told us a little bit about it, but you never really went into it. But I
and
also have also wanted to join the nunnery, but
We would look so good in those. What do you call it?
the
Those habits.
habits, yep.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Oh,
and I
I'm
was
definitely
just
Mother
watching Sister
Superior.
Act yesterday too. My favorite my favorite part of that movie is when they do a performance and Dolores just goes, "Give me some of that deep shoulder action, girls."
I mean, nuns are like to me they look great, especially the what is it, the old European nuns with the
Mm.
long, everybody looks good in the A line sort of thing, long A line sort of thing. The habit with the little thing on the top, the little and a nice little like cross brooch, a little jewelry. Oh my
We
god.
are not about.
Oh my
Yvonne, last
god.
thoughts on this shit before we can close out because I'm sick of you.
Oh my god. I'm just in how good I would look as a nun. I will say this, every nun that I've met has been very pretty. I have rarely ever met an ugly nun, which just makes you go like, God knows how to pick them. Jesus knows how to pick his brides because you're pretty, girl. You pretty.
Oh
Who broke
God,
your heart? Who broke your heart?
I'm not burning
But
it
anyway,
down for you.
As a religious-ish person, more spiritual, I agree with everything that Star Mother said. Definitely don't give up that core aspect of yourself because that is an important part of who you are, your faith, your belief. But definitely find those spaces and those places that accept you and love you and value you for you and not try to diminish you or put you on the back pew or did you get Chinese food? What's going
Yes,
on?
my Chinese food is here. Continue.
Girl, bye.
It's the way
Girl,
that you're
bye.
giving the bombastic side eye, like
Girl, bye. As I'm talking about something so
Nah,
deep
I'll go
and
get myself.
spiritual, she's here looking like, did they get my rice? Is it the rice with the
Well, let's wrap. I
I
got food tip
I
over there.
I hate both of you. I hate each you make me vulnerable and open and then you pull stunts like that. Bye.
well,
My,
I'm a Sagittarius. That's kind of how that works because I'll do the same thing to my friends. I'll be
I'm
vulnerable and
just a
open and say
foodie.
something real traumatic that happened to me, and then just move on in 5 seconds to be like, yeah, and now I got to go take a shit. So,
Bye.
I'm a foodie,
Bye.
so the food
Girl,
comes in.
bye.
I'm all distracted by everything. Anyway,
Right.
uh,
And that is total Taurus. The food came in and
yep.
you were like, "Did you get my egg food yet? Did you?"
I'm like, yeah, that's cute.
Mhm.
Like,
Off to the side. That's cute, no. That is a total. That is Taurus encapsulated right
I've
there.
eaten during
Nut.
the live streams. I see why. So I
Well,
don't.
because nut.
Nothing stops.
Y'all
Like,
right. Y'all don't play about your food.
not one
Nothing
bit.
comes between you and your food.
Not one bit. But
So we will.
my
Go
final
ahead.
note on this is that, like, reiterate just both of you said, like, religion is not the problem. It's mostly just the people who tried to use it and wield it. One time I had a therapy session and she said, and I said, like, the sad part about religion is that people use it as a weapon instead of a tool. And she was taken back by even me saying that because it's true. A lot of people weaponize it and try to use it to hurt other people, and when it's supposed to be a tool to
Absolutely.
heal and help and just rebuild and everything. So those of you out there who still want to have a religious, connection and still want to be able to go to a church on Sunday and everything like that, there's plenty of churches that do accept
Mhm.
the members of our own community into their own. Just gotta keep looking for them a bit, maybe, and then maybe maybe the gay churches is a little not what you're looking for. Maybe looking for something that's more on the lines of like Vicky Wine type of church. They shouting and hollering and everything like that. But even
The
then,
Holy Ghost.
they're still out there too. So uh, thank you all for joining us in this chaotic and ridiculous episode where,
You love it. You love every second of it. The chaos.
well, hopefully we'll be back once again and chatting again about some other random nonsense. What?
Randomness.
you'll get this one. If we have one before the end of the month, we'll get this one more good glow on my skin. I know that for sure.
We
But
do. We
just
have to have one more. We have to talk about our Valentine's Day, which I can tell
oh,
you right now is going to be disappointing. Well,
Oh,
on my part, at least.
my Valentine's in my top drawer, so I'm good.
Oh,
my
and
Valentine's is across the street, but let's see if he acts right for long enough to actually get to my room.
that's the ocean. Your Valentine's in the ocean.
Beloved, there are hotels across the ocean from me.
Oh, I ain't see a
Like he could
hotel.
actually
I just saw
swim.
the ocean. I saw the ocean. Like, what is he gonna be? A merman? A merman? Is
Well,
it
he in the
merman?
Navy, so he should be able to swim. God damn it!
Oh,
And it's a fake beach, so it's not even that deep.
Join
I
the
swear, if that
Navy.
Negro, ooh, that
in the Navy.
Join
sorry,
the
sorry.
Navy, see the world, sleep with Star Mother. Join the
Oh,
Army, be all you can be, and sleep with Star Mother.
she's one of the ports of call.
The Marines are looking for a few good men who have not slept with Star Mother.
Mm. Mm. I
I,
like
I I
that.
will stand on 10 toes down. That is the best joke from that show.
It's
Y'all
funny
are
because Marines are
ridiculous.
actually my lead. Like in terms of numbers across the surfaces, Marines are the smallest. In
Smallest
terms of
what?
who I've slept with,
Oh,
like in
really?
terms of how many I've slept. Uh, yeah, no, because a lot of Marines are bottoms, so therefore I ain't got nothing to talk to them about.
Oh,
But
good
the ones
lord.
that have, oh Jesus,
Anywho,
Lord.
we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for everybody for joining us. We'll be back again once again. Everybody say goodbye.
I'm Star Mother. Make sure you stream "My Girlfriend Hates Me" by Chloe the God. Support Black lesbians.
Ooh, I like that. I'm still thinking about Marines and bottoms and yeah. I'm Yvonne. Sorry. I just
No, that's a lot. That's a lot to be and a wonderful person to be.
it is. It's a wonderful
It's a
person
beautiful
to be.
thing.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
It
It's a
is.
beautiful thing.
And
Mm,
I'm
it
Ken,
is.
and you can find me. You can also follow me on my Instagram so you can see more of these makeup videos and shit like that that I create. Hopefully, one day I'll start a YouTube channel. We'll see what happens.
Yay!
Um,
Yes, I would love it. Yes.
I won't be doing this all the time because sometimes we on different schedules, but I'll see what happens in the near future.
Yeah. Don't request nothing. Don't request no beat.
Please don't, because
Don't
that
do
ain't
it.
gonna happen.
Because
She gonna cuss you
Actually,
out.
that's the only way I
then
wear
she gets
make.
salty.
No,
She gets
that's
salty and they're
no.
cussing out.
Okay, I did that one time. Shut up. But I also tell people like that's the only way you're gonna have me wear it outside. Like if you actually request that I wear it, otherwise I'm not wearing it. It's like if you expect
are
me
you
to, and I'm like,
are
you
you,
thought wrong.
are you gonna wear makeup to the Beyonce concert?
Absolutely, I'm already
Okay.
once the tickets are secure.
Right. Because we need to have another show where I tell you if I secured my tickets or not. Because my bougie ass might not even be in Atlanta, and then my life is just sad.
Once my tickets are secure, looks where I've already planned and picked out and ready.
My life's too hectic to try to get a Beyonce ticket because I might be someplace else, not able to go. So therefore, I
Ask for
don't get
some
my hopes
time
up.
off.
Well,
Ask for some
It's not
time
about time
off.
off.
sorry.
Because Beyonce always has a concert when I gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's for my career. Like if I don't do this, then it's gonna set me back like months, and that's gonna
Yeah.
fuck up a lot of shit.
And you and Ian will need the money. So yeah,
hmm
no.
hmm
If he watches this, now all of a sudden everybody's shipping us together because of one statement I said.
You
Actually,
said
no, because
it.
he talked about it too. He
He
talked
did.
about it. He
He
opened
did
the door
it.
on this.
He
I let
did.
it go. I let
And
that
to
bitch
me, I was
die.
like, in my mind, I'm like, that's not a bad relationship there. Like you said, it'd be Paisley, but everything can't be lavender.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody. And if you don't like the fact that I wear makeup, guess what? You didn't listen to the rest of this episode.
Right. And he's so pretty and sparkly.
I
You
Ooh.
done
know.
listened to the whole thing and now you don't like that he's wearing makeup? Good
Right.
lord.
You got
Especially given the
problems.
fact that this shit's blended.
To the gods. And I like the
Babe.
lip gloss. You put gloss on it because it was flat, right? It was matte.
Yeah, it's lipstick. It's the same lip combo I've been doing for the last like few years. It's like I keep doing the same one because it's the only one that complements the way I look. So
We need to have a show on why when men wear makeup, they pick the most mundane lipsticks. It is not the 90s. I want color.
I
I want
I'll explain that in another episode as to why I don't choose a lot of color.
Okay. I
All
would
right.
like that explanation. All
Thank
right.
you to everybody who joined us. I hope you like
It was
this
fun.
episode. It was actually extra long one, so you know.
Hmm. But
And
it's
to
fun.
anybody who follows us, who listens to us, who will be seated in a Zoom call on Thursday, we are not sorry.
You
I,
won't see me on the Zoom call because my time zone keeps fucking me up. If there ain't a holiday, I can't do it. Damn it.
I'll be on the Zoom call and I stood up for you.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. I'm happy somebody can because I can't defend myself right now.
All right.
I would like receipts of who said what. That is
Yeah.
always nice to. I
Okay.
want to know
I
who's
was
talking
part
shit.